What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Whew. Friday. We did it. We made it. It is Friday. Uh, it to me, I don't know. It feels to me like it's Saturday. I don't even. I mean, the whole week kind of came quick, but still kind of slow. I don't even know what happened. I don't even know what happened. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic, though. We got Alan House, good morning to you. We got Albert, we got Bell, we got Brad. Good morning to Brian, Chris, Donna's in the house. Good morning, Eric, Frank, Greg K. We got GW in the house. Good morning to Jeff Helms. Good morning, Joanne, Kevin, Marius. We got Rick GJ. Good morning to you, Rock Sky. We got Win. All my people out on YouTube land. Good morning to all of you guys as well. We got Daniel, we got Ivo in the house. Good morning to both of you guys. And you know, all the lurkers, all the lurkers are sitting in the background of YouTube. Good morning to all you guys. I appreciate all of you guys. And just hit that like and subscribe button. It's all good. It's all good. This morning we had PI come out. Market is just hanging out though. We went over this candle 4 o'clock p.m. yesterday after the market closed. Market didn't really make any real moves. We hung on. We just chilled out for right now. Let's see initial reactions to those numbers. Right around 8:30. Right around 8:30, we did take a little dip. No, that was market open. Okay, we pushed up on PPI numbers. We were dipping a little bit before that. Nothing too crazy. I was asking in the room yesterday for any guys that were not there. I said, do we think we are I said type of quick one if we are bullish, type of two if we're just gonna hang out, type of three if we're just gonna go bearish from here. Is this a good double top long term? Well, the answer is yes. The interesting thing was we had zero twos. And that's probably just human nature that we can't just chop sideways. That we had to pick up direction, right? So is this possible? Yeah, that's possible. That would make sense. We are a little bit far. We got the 20 EMA right down here. Interesting. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 days bullish in a row. Even though that one here is inside day. So really 3 with a big massive 1. Do we have to let someone's moving averages catch up? Probably. Ultimately, though, I think we have more ones and twos. We have more people thinking we were probably bullish, and I agree with that. So this right here, this little Fibonacci that I drew, I'm starting down here at the bottom, kind of making your way up right to the top. Where did we bounce yesterday? That's right at that 50% retracement, right here. That's a good spot to bounce. It got a little ugly. CPI wasn't that bad. In my opinion, CPI was not that bad. It wasn't that great, but we are almost at all-time highs. It better be great if we're about to go all-time highs. And we just didn't quite get there yet. So, okay, if we got to come down, everything that goes up must come down at some point. We did come down. We got a good risk to reward spot, is essentially what a Fibonacci is. Didn't quite hit those moving averages. Could have came lower, tested some of those VPOCs down here. So even though it's more of a, it's not inside candle, it's essentially a bullish retest gap. So we did gap up, kind of came down, retested, We over retested, but not really to that 50%. And then that wick tells me there's at least a lot of buying sentiment still. There's still people trying to go bullish. The other thing to note too is from those VPOCs, we still have one here. We got one a little bit higher. We got another one higher. We got another one higher. Even with yesterday's VPOC, that was still higher as well. So to me, we are still trending more bullish. We haven't really given any signs that we are coming down just yet. Can we pull back and we have a major, at least correction? Maybe not a recession. Can we just even get a correction, a pullback? Of course. I just don't see it yet. I don't see why. I haven't seen it in the data yet. Again, the data was a slight miss. CPI came in a little bit hot yesterday. Not a lot to not enough, or the data wasn't there to really kind of change the narrative and say, okay, there's that little black swan we were looking at, and we're gonna come down. So yeah, retrace. Bulls were definitely there where they have to be. Spots where I'm looking at for today, though, is 477.07. I think we got to get above there again. We can get above there again. We've already interacted with that once on this gap above it and then kind of push right back down. So we've interacted with that. We also got to that spot 2 days ago. We had some interaction. We kind of blew through it, came back down. So we messed around with that already. I think that makes it a lot weaker. And for right now, I'm looking for support for the stock market somewhere around 475.81. So we've got some kind of support. We've got a pretty weak top. We've got decent bullish buying from yesterday. One heck of a retest. We did it. We made it. That's not how I thought it would have been. I thought we could get some kind of slow roll, hit it, and come back, but the market had different plans. So I want to still stay with a bullish tilt on this market. Really a flat open though for today. We're not getting any sentiment bullish, bearish. Maybe we trade a little sideways first. That would make sense to me. Little chop. But really watch out for this 477.04. If we start to get candles that close above it, I think that's a decent sign for us to continue higher. Q's had a nice little almost doji looking candle. Again, we're gonna draw some Fibonacci's on this one. Where do we come back down to? Well, this one's a little bit more reversed. This is if we pull back down, so we haven't really quite done it. But otherwise, nice little reverse, and we're just sitting inside day candle. All those VPOCs still creeping up higher. This one has a little bit more significant resistance. This would be 411.85. We didn't quite hit that or interact with that one yet, so we still have a wait and see, I think, on the Qs, but we are definitely still trending bullish. Bulls came back. We got close to that 20 EMA, and we did rally from there. So we'll see how we want to play from there. We got TLT. Let's see if we get any warning signs from TLT. A little bit. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Depending on where it opens, and this thing might gap around a little bit, but we are holding a little bit of a double bottom. We got a decent bull trap if we want to break out from the candle 2 days ago and rally home. But could we just sit inside today? We've been pretty much in the zone for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. So would this be considered a decent pullback? It would be, depending on where we want to draw that fib on it. And let's do a quick one. If we were to go from here to here on TLT, we are hovering right at that 618. Also a very good bounce spot. So is this enough, at least from that previous push? Very well could be. But we, again, watch yesterday's candle. We start breaking down, Next spot on TLT to me takes us into like 93.50. And then that's a hope for a little bit of a double bottom from the last push that we had. And then we'll see if we can push higher. But for right now, very, very good bounce spot. I gotta remain bullish on everything. On everything. I see MU, I got Twilio. Let's check out JP Morgan real quick. They did have earnings. Uh Interesting. I thought they were gonna beat. I was a little more confident in that. They missed earnings per share by 9.22%. They also missed by 1.15 on the revenue side of things. So that's a double miss, and we're gapping up. Let's see if we get some headlines. Do they have a good forecast? Yeah, actually, their forecast has to be impressive. Yeah. Let's see. Traders Digest mixed bank earnings driving muted pre-market action. JP Morgan shares rose over 2% after the company posted a higher Q4 adjusted earnings. Higher adjusted earnings and revenue. Higher than what? It looks like it missed. Uh, I'm I'm just going off what TradingView is saying. And they posted a higher, but maybe didn't hit expectation. Is that what happened here? Because TradingView is telling me that we have a miss, and yet we are for sure rallying. Very interesting. I don't know who's lying to me. Who's lying? Uh, I would assume. Number one, JP Morgan does it better than anybody else. Again, maybe you might hate them, and that's possible because to a consumer or a regular human being, there's some things I don't like that they do for sure, and I think they take advantage of the system. But if I was like, hey, I want to own a company, probably get the one that just takes advantage of the system and just rocks it out better than anybody else. This is a price for perfection type earnings where we just had no pullback. We just ran up absolutely insane from 136 all the way to the highs of this one is 173.42. You're going to tell me they came in with a miss? Guidance must have been fantastic if this is the case. I don't know what's happening here. None of that makes sense. Yeah. None of that. JP Morgan had 2.9 billion in fees from taking that California bank. All right, JP Morgan on that. Like I said, for banking, they do pretty good. They're best of the business. For the common people, when like might do they need a bailout every now and then? Yeah, okay. You know, crazy gap though. All time highs. It felt like I don't know. I'm shocked that we have missed on both earnings per share and revenue. I don't know what their forecast is. They're I don't know if they have a conference call going on now, but I'm thoroughly shocked. And the fact that the entire market's holding up on a miss. So I don't know. Something seems weird here, but maybe the data's wrong. I don't know. I can't really make any sense unless again they come out and they have a good forecast. That's crazy. But that's a great gap into all-time highs. So every person ever is legitimately profitable. We are gapping above two decent tweezers, almost not quite tweezer tops. It's off by a couple pennies. This is where we open. That's a fantastic gap, and that's a tough bullish move. But you got to still stay bullish. The data doesn't make any sense to me. Some seems a little off on this one. I again, I guess unless guidance comes in and they legitimately said on the call like we're gonna do fantastic. Don't even worry about this quarter. We're not worried about the economy of the world or nothing. But if you do get into trouble in a business and then the US government wants to bail you out every time, would you be worried? No, no, no. Boeing is a little bit of a gap down. We're still in between, so we closed essentially at the 50%, a little less than that yesterday. 618, I've got down at the 211.45 zone. I also see a high volume area 213.22. I do think we make it down to this 213.22 zone, but it would make sense if we retest. So we're into a little bit of volume, decent amount of VPOX here. At least a little congestion. I think there's a fade higher at open. I think you will have some bulls. We are getting into an attractive area. So anybody that missed that last big monsters move, even though their planes just fall apart, it still looks good. Yeah, I would look for a fade on this one. Probably bullish fade into first target. And again, this would be my first target. This is 220.08. With that, you can make about $1. If we get stalled out there, that's not a great return. So if you do want to take the trade bullish for the fade, you're gonna have to assume that beats hang in there, and then you're probably looking for about 222. So you got about $3.63 the upside. I would play that one as more of a fade. Good morning, Jenny. Exxon Mobil. Bell says Delta. It is a fantastic Friday. You are absolutely correct. I can't disagree with that one. There's no debate. Absolutely fantastic Friday. Especially if you're JP Morgan, you could miss on earnings per share and revenue, and you just put another couple $1 million in your pocket. I love it. We got Exxon Mobil. So Exxon Mobil is a decent little gap and go, trapping some bulls. I mean, some bears. Question is what is oil doing today? We should, as a swing trade, have a decent support resistance. So this would take us down here. This would take us somewhere over here. We talked about this, these lines. What was the stock, Rock? You said you were going to remind me. Was it Exxon Mobil? And if so, I moved all my. I don't think it was Exxon Mobil, Rock. You said you're going to remind me. Oh, it was AMD, I think. You're still in from the hammer. Is that this one here on the retest? You're in bullish. Oh, was this your setup? And I just moved it around. Trying to figure out where I put these lines on. Okay. I moved the entrance, I moved the stop targets. I didn't move yet. But yeah, so still decent, pretty good gap and go, at least for today. That should help you. I'm looking at maybe some type of resistance at $100.88. Next little spot up is 102.50. We're just still in this downtrend. That's what's going to worry me. So in a little bit of a longer term downtrend, we're still in that. But pretty fantastic downtrend. Again, my immediate reaction was to just absolutely mess up the chart for Lou. But my quick go-to was throw stop here for a swing trade at this point. You got one little resistance up here. Maybe we get to like $100.02 as some type of entry. We'll see volume. I'm not really seeing anything crazy in terms of volume, but let's see if this double bottom holds. And you do have a lot of pressure from all those moving averages kind of coming down. You're still in this little bit of a downtrend as well. But again, buy low, sell high. This is a decent gap and go. At least the question is how far can we get out of here? I think this one actually pulls back a little at open. Retest a little bit. I think that's healthy. Question as to where I would say probably I don't know if we get down to I don't know if we get down to that close from yesterday. I'm gonna have to move this one a little bit higher just in case I want to day trade this. It is still a gap and go, and it's not a horrible location. Longer term, we do got the double bottom in spot two. Uh, to the in the longer term picture, we are below that downtrend. That's the only thing that's gonna really kind of mess me up there. Delta DAL. Mm-mm-mm. We're trapping people. I'm wondering if there's a little bit of a bounce spot though. Uh, we might be below that bounce spot. So we got a good double top on a daily. It's impressive. It depends on where we open on this one. So I do have tweezer tops here at the bottom. I heard a bird outside the window. He just scared the living out of me. Good double top. This is slightly a lower high on the daily. We're right at that 618. This is an interesting buy opportunity. Probably not for the long term. But maybe for a day trade potentially. Next little resistance I think that we're gonna walk into is going to be probably about $4.42. Uh there's going to be some people who are looking for that gap fill. Also, where's the volume come in? So you got some decent volume on that candle as well. We haven't really broken down. I would say stop on this one. Yes, we have a tweezer top, but I think anything that breaks that candle is really at least your warning sign. You got volume on this one. You got even more volume on this one. You're starting to trap some bulls for sure. Is this on earnings? I gave up looking for earnings. I'm gonna throw in the towel on this. I'm never looking at earnings again. That's it. They beat they beat earnings per share up 11 cents. They beat 100.9 million, so by 0.81%. I don't know what their forecast was. I don't know if they came out and said it. This looks like maybe it had to be priced for perfection. It just was maybe not enough of a beat that the market was kind of looking for after all that, but that's not a warning sign on earnings. Uh I would love to see it personally pull back a little bit further, but on a day trade basis, I think this is a decent looking buy spot. So I think we run it up from here. Not bad news, just not what I guess people were expecting or forecast was a little bit lower. That's about it. We got Netflix and FLX. But yeah, I think Dallas. I think Delta is a little bit of a interesting sell location. So I think it's gonna be a decent little buy for day trade, and then maybe come down lower from there after we fill that gap at least. Netflix all-time highs almost. No, we got like $200 for all-time highs. Nice little gap up here. Let's see what the news is. News. Oppenheimer raises Netflix price target to $600 from $475. We love Netflix. Still inside day candle from yesterday. See if we get a small little pullback. Uh, first spot, I wouldn't throw an order out there. We're very close to it, but 499.35. That's our first little spot of support. If that breaks, look for maybe 492.53. Bullish move. That's a whole $100 higher. That's a really, really nice increase in terms of an upgrade. I would love to see some kind of a pullback first, though. Would make sense. You got good news coming out there. You're essentially definitely a 52-week high. And we're right in the top of that. I would almost kind of short that. I don't want to short it because it is good news, but otherwise, if I'm looking at this chart any other day, I would throw a stop somewhere around $5 and I mean $5, 503.84 ish. And my target would be probably this VWAP. Yeah, I would just say that it's good risk reward. If this thing doesn't break out of this high wave, you're gonna make money to the short side. For the daily chart, this is still a nice little double top. We're above all moving averages. We probably do go more bullish than bearish, and everything's kind of leaning in that direction. But therefore, if I do want to go bullish, I'd probably still wait for that pullback and then just run it up, play that trend. Everything else looks good. Tesla. Mm. Tesla stock drops price cuts in China. Oh, after price cuts in China, so reducing a little bit of value. This is kind of the zone. We finally filled that original gap. I like this for a long. We covered this one 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern yesterday. Uh, I was telling Rock, I don't know why I said just Rock. Like it was just it was a private phone call between us. But in the room, we were talking about if this thing gaps down, I kind of like it for a long here. We are sitting right around that 618. We did gap with this one. I mean, Tesla's not shy to gapping over more than it should. But that's a nice little bit of a gap down, a little bit extended, and we're right around that 618. Yeah, and Doug. That's why I said I don't know. I think because more of like Rock was participating in that Tesla portion of it. I think. So I was like, yeah, yeah, just in that afternoon room, we were just me and Rock solely. It was probably a convo. But we're down at 220. So this is a good retest spot. That is a nice retest gap. Longer term, I mean, who knows what happens on Tesla, but you're right around that 618 pullback. So again, we did fly from essentially 194 change all the way up to 265. This is really our first pullback from that entire move. I think in a longer term basis, if I'm going to buy calls, why not do it here? I might lose money on it. I probably will. Oil's up almost $2 a barrel. That's going to be, yeah, there's your case for CVX. That's going to be a case for XOM. That might even be your case for RIG. JP Morgan's looking to trap people. I have it coming back to 146.68. Yeah, strong miss, but they're at all-time highs. I don't know. I don't know. Delta beat on everything, but lowered guidance. So lowered guidance on Delta. Okay. Tesla so far, opening bell. First little glimpse of a candle was green. See if we get a high wave here. I might take this one bullish. But everybody out there in YouTube land, I appreciate all you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I want to say I'll see you guys tomorrow, but it is Saturday, so I'll be back with you guys rocking on Saturday. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you guys later.